Welcome to session number 7. I can't believe how fast this particular series has gone. What I'd love you to do, if you would put in the chat today, just as a quick check-in, you can put check-in either with how you are, how you're feeling right now. But what I'd really love to know, if it stimulates a thought, is as we've been working on the circles into spirals with the fourth flowing form, I would love to know what have you thought about this week in terms of spiraling? Has this concept come back to you? Hi, Piera, good to see you. Hi, Roya. So what when you think about spiraling up, in other words, the sense of moving through certain things that might feel repetitive, but with more consciousness and with more shift and change, what comes to your mind? So go ahead and put something in the chat if anything comes to your mind. Otherwise, just check in with me and let me know how you're doing and what you're walking in with. And Roya, looks like you're at home this morning. That's good. And of course, if you're watching the recording, I'd still love to know. All right, so the goal is to be happy. All right, Piera, I'm with you. Let's be happy. Phyllis, you've had more consciousness on receiving. Excellent, excellent. Not always so easy. Anything is possible, Arlene. You had a good birthday, Sandra. Happy birthday, number 84. And Roya, manifestation. Sherry, moving from intensive review of your past to looking forward to the future. Wow, that's very cool. An expansive spiral is happening for you, Betty Ann, back and forth, emotionally excited and scared. I don't know if it has anything to do with the wonderful podcast I saw you do recently, but that was amazing. Marcia is feeling a little overwhelmed, but it's not the norm anymore. That's the spiral. Good. So you don't have to live in that space. You're spiraling out of that as a repeating pattern. And Beth, your intention is to become more conscious of your movement, has gone back to a new level with the neck pain being treated by an acupuncturist. Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm happy to hear that. All right. So let's go ahead and stand up and let's move. All right, we're going to start with our feet apart and circle those hips. Relax your jaw, relax the space between your eyebrows, and whatever it takes for you to get present this afternoon, just see if you can just kind of bring yourself with the spirals here of your hips or with the circles of your hips to just bring yourself to the present moment where you're just giving yourself this 45 minutes to reconnect with the movement of chi and to let yourself remind yourself, I guess, of what flow is so that we can let that emanate out into the rest of our lives. Let's go around in the other direction. Make sure you keep that jaw relaxed, right? A lot of times when I see there's a hip jaw connection, and a lot of times I'll see somebody getting very loose in their hips, but somehow the tension then goes into their jaw and they clench their teeth. So we want to keep both the jaw and the hips relaxed. Shoulders are down, of course, in this position. And good. Let's bring our feet so they're hip distance apart. Lift your toes up off the floor, spread them out, put them down again, soften your knees. And we're going to begin today with just shaking before we move into the shoulder circles. You just let your hands dangle at the bottom of your wrists. And as you shake, you're just going to shake off anything that keeps you from being present. And now let your head wobble a little bit with the shake, just however that might be for you. All right, good. And then let's go ahead and circle those shoulders. And here we are moving into that autumn season. So we're moving into the season of the lungs, having moved from the heart to the stomach spleen, which we focused on last week, and today with the lungs as we move closer towards the fall equinox. All right, good. Hands come onto the shoulders and let's circle those elbows around in a nice full circle. Make sure you relax that space between your eyebrows, that your breathing is nice and even there in your lower abdomen. And okay, backstroke. One arm back and then the other. And don't forget, you're following your fingertips with your eyes. And then bring your arms down by your sides. Let's drop the head over to one side. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to pull that opposite shoulder down away from your ear. So long stretch here. Take a deep breath. Hold for a moment before we just do the typical pattern. Just hold here. Continue to breathe, of course, and soften your knees. So a lot of times, one of the things I've seen when I've been reviewing some of these is that people tend to tighten in their knees. So want to keep the knees soft as you're pulling that shoulder down. And then inhale, release. Exhale, pull down. And inhale. One more time, pull down, hold it there, relax your jaw, look down at the ground, turn to look back at the screen, look up towards the ceiling or sky, and then back to the screen. So looking down and forward, and then look up and forward and look down, and bring your head to center, hands behind your head, soften your knees and tuck your pelvis forward, elbows pointing down towards the knees, relax your jaw. And deep breath as you exhale, tuck that pelvis forward a little bit, roll up through the back, look up towards the ceiling, bring your elbows way, way back, and stretch your palms up towards the ceiling. Big circle all the way around, moving from the waist. And really let your upper body move. So if whether you're seated or standing, it's the same kind of impact. You want to have a sense here that you have flexibility and mobility in the waist. Let's go around the other direction and see if we can bring the hands back behind the head as you go back behind you. So you're stretching through the upper back as much as feels okay to your arms, shoulders, upper back, neck, and so forth. And then bring your arms down to the sides. And then let's move the head to the second side. Take a deep breath. Exhale, pull down, hold it there for a moment, and soften your knees. Relax your jaw. Make sure the shoulder underneath the head is also relaxed as you continue to stretch down the side of the neck here. So hold, breathe, and then inhale. Exhale, pulling down. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale down, reaching out through the fingers, and then rotate for a moment, and then just turn your head to look down at the ground, and then look forward, and look up, and forward, and look down, and forward, and up, and forward. Again, look down, and let's just bring that head to center and tap up and down the back of the neck, lightly stimulating those acupressure points on the back of the neck, and then tap underneath your occiput. And then hands rest on the back of your head, soften those knees a little bit more, and you're going to point your elbows down towards the floor. Tuck your pelvis under and bring your elbows in towards your knees. Tuck your pelvis under again, bring your elbows in towards your mid-thigh. So this is subtle, it's small. It's not a big, big movement. Deep breath, and as you exhale, see if you can curl those elbows and point them towards your hip bones. And then roll up, look up at the ceiling, deep breath, exhale, bring your elbows way back, tilt to one side, inhale, and exhale, tilt to the other side. And inhale, arms come up, inhale, and as you exhale, just press those palms down and connect to the earth. And shake. All right. And make sure, again, jaw relaxed, space between the eyebrows, relaxed, and we're going to do those 7 brocades, all right? So here we go. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling out. Aha!
Oh.
Yes. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. Aha! And again, inhaling up. Aha! Let's do one more time, okay? Inhale and exhale, cloud burst. Aha! Good. Crossing the left wrist over the right on the bottom. Inhale. Exhale and come here. Make a fist with your inside hand, pulling this big bow and arrow, shoulders down. I'm just doing this as a review now, so not breaking it down too much, but make sure that the shoulders are down, your neck is long, your index fingers pointing up towards the sky, your elbow is up shoulder height, so it's not down here and it's not up there, it's straight across. And then inhale, exhale, gather the chi into your lower dantian. And cross, inhale, exhale, other side. Make a fist with the inside hand, pull, check in with yourself. Is your neck long? Is your shoulder placed down in your back in terms of your scapula? Is it elbow up about shoulder height? Is your index finger pointing up? Are you spreading this out as long as you can? And inhale and exhale, gather the chi, crossing over and up, going to the first side. Inhale, exhale, extend. Inhale, exhale, draw it in, cross, inhale, exhale, second side. We're going to inhale here, exhale to pull, inhale, and exhale, gather the chi. Number 3, we come up the center line. One hand goes up, one hand goes down. The hand that's down is the heel, is the side that the heel lifts so that you're stretching along that opposite side. Inhale out and exhale, gather the chi. Breathing in, breathing out. Lift that heel, stretching long, and then inhale and exhale, gather the chi. Again, inhale and exhale, let that heel come up. Inhale out and exhale. Again, in, last side, exhale, lift that heel, stretch, and inhale and exhale. Arms come out. Number 4, inhale, exhale. Take one arm, take it to the opposite side of your neck. Take the other hand to the kidney, the back of your hand on the kidney, and massage the side of your neck. Dig your fingers into that muscle, move it around a little bit. Breathe in, breathe out, take that top elbow forward towards the screen and look back behind you. And inhale and exhale. Breathe in, breathe out, second side, hand to the opposite side of the neck, back of the hand on the kidney, and massage as you inhale. Exhale, point that top elbow forward, looking back, wide eyes, and inhale, and exhale. Again, inhale, and exhale. We did it to do that side already. I can't remember which side I did, but you can massage the side of your neck and take the elbow forward. And inhale, exhale, one last time, breathing in, breathing out, massage, inhale, and exhale. And good, inhale, exhale, gather the chi. Put your hands on the lower dantian for a moment, just shake, move your belly up and down just a little bit. Just letting yourself integrate whatever these brocades might be bringing you today. And we'll go into number 5, where the feet are going to be a little wider than hip distance apart. We're going to come down to a flat back, just like we usually do with the rounding. We did this, we've done this for the last couple of weeks. You're going to shift your weight over to one side. Let's say you're going to your right side. You're going to look over your right shoulder and just look back and just let your left shoulder drop a little. So you're in a cross stretch and you're looking at whatever is directly behind you. Then inhale, come back to center, and exhale, do the same thing in the other direction. Looking back, relax your shoulder, the bottom shoulder down, and make sure your top shoulder isn't punching up towards your ear so you're not losing your neck. Shoulders down, come back to center. Inhale. Okay, so exhale and shift, bring your chest down towards your knee or thigh if you can, and see if you can look all the way up at the ceiling or the sky. Inhale, up. Exhale, shift that weight, drop your chest, twist and look. and inhale, come back to center. One more time each side. Exhale, dropping down and twisting. And inhale, come up. And exhale, cross stretch. And inhale, come up. So that was number 5. Number 6. We remember, if you come up here, we did this last week, inhaling up on a diagonal. Exhale, hanging down towards the ground. Make fists, left fist goes on top, right fist goes on the bottom. So that both of the fists are actually going to this upper part of the spine, whatever you can reach. And then from here, we're going to just tap down the 2 sides of the spine. So you're just tapping all the way down, then slapping the sides of your hips, sliding down the outsides of your legs, coming up along the insides of the calves. Let your hands brush over the knees. Inhale. Exhale, gather the chi. Again, inhale up. Exhale down. And inhale, tap. Exhale as you tap down the sides of the spine. Slap, slide down. Exhale. Inhale, coming up the insides of the legs. And exhale, gather the chi. One last time, bringing your hands up, hanging forward. Don't get too hooked up about the breathing pattern. The main thing is to keep breathing. You know, tap those down the sides of the spine. Slap, slap, slide down. Coming up. Inhale up, exhale out. All right, let's do number 7 today. You're going to bring your fists in. Very similar for those of you who are here for the spring to summer session, very similar to the liver balancing medical qigong. We're going to bring one fist forward, other fist, other elbow, the elbow goes way back. The palm is turned up with the what's called the chambered arm, right? When you're bringing it back into chamber, and the other hand, the palm is turned down. Okay, so you're reaching out, and we're going to drop those shoulders and then reverse it. Keep those shoulders down, soften your knee. Are you aligned between your crown and your tailbone? If not, just think about that for a second. Drop that tailbone down, lift, lengthen the back of that neck. So we're going to inhale and then exhale and inhale. Then we're going to exhale, inhale, exhale. And in, out, in, out, in, and out. Good. Now we're going to take one arm across, like we do with Eye of the Storm, going across, the shoulders down. We're going to circle the wrist and then pull the palm turned up, pulling back into chamber. So it's an exhale, and then it's an inhale as you bring it back in. So exhale, palm is down, circle the wrist, inhale, bring it back. And exhale, circle, bring it back, inhale. And exhale, circle, inhale. One more time, exhale, circle, and inhale. And we'll do number 8 next week. For right now, we're going to put the hands on the lower abdomen, shake a little bit. So 8 brocades is a really nice warm-up. It kind of gets the blood flowing, the chi flowing in all these different directions. So it's a really fun way, I think, to just kind of warm your body up. So now we're going to do a little bit of medical qigong. We do the heart first. So I think you all know this. I don't think I need to speak a lot about it, but we're going to take it across. Exhale. And as you're going to breathe in, imagine bringing in heaven energy through the Laogong point, the palm of your hand, up to a spiral to your third eye. So spirals is still doing the spiral thing. Inhale, coming to center. And exhale out. And inhale. So as you do this, exhale, really track in your mind. Just think, spiraling up to going through your heart to your mind. So your heart's informing your mind. Heaven, human, heaven. And come back to center. Inhale. And exhale. Let that spiral happen. And inhale. Let's do one more time on each side. Okay, so exhale. and inhale and exhale and inhale. That's the heart. Let's take the hands to the heart for a moment. Close your eyes. Rethink or remuse on the cobra and the lamb here. Feel the sense of the tenacity and the strength of the cobra, the feeling of connection or interconnectedness of the lamb. And then open your eyes, and we're going to go into the stomach, spleen, pancreas medical Qigong that we did last week. And with this one, we're just moving the hands from side to side. So similar in a way to the wafting that we do with the lotus, except of course it's on the lower dantian. As you do this movement, you want to have the hand that's leading, the palm is turned out, and the other hand is just following. So the palm is facing the back of the first hand. Okay, now, as you do this movement, we do want to be able to turn the waist. However, we don't want to put any torque in the knees. So make sure that your knees are soft and that your hips and knees stay facing forward, whatever straight ahead is to you, maybe towards the screen here. So as you do this movement, it's a sense that your waist is working, but your hips and knees and legs are all just really still, just supporting you. Okay, and as you continue to do this movement, feel the bottoms of your feet connected to the earth. So feel the big toe, little toe heel, of course, but also having a sense that the roots are going down from the kidney 1 point, the bubbling wells point, which if you don't remember, that's the area that's right below the center of the ball of each foot. So we're just going to gaze down slightly. And if you're looking down, let's make sure that the head stays up, but that your eyes are cast down. And it's just a nice, easy movement, just back and forth. It should feel very calming because, of course, when we're moving energy through the stomach, spleen, pancreas, we're inviting ourselves to shift from worry and anxiety into openness and balance. And so as you do this movement, just see if you can enact a sense of being balanced between your 2 feet and between heaven and earth. And that you're feeling open-hearted, open-spirited to just let yourself be in this nice, gentle flow of movement that is the stomach, spleen, medical Qigong. And then come to center. All right. And let's just go ahead and invoke the fall, which is the metal of the lungs. So we're going to bring the fingers forward, the hands forward rather. The fingers are curled down and connecting with your thumbs, and they're a little bit lower than shoulder height. I realized I was demonstrating up here. It needs to be down here. It made me think of Michael Jackson. But anyway, inhaling here as you open. Exhale out on an S sound. So inhale, open. Exhale on an S sound. Again, inhale. And put your hands back on your heart center, on the middle dantian. Align yourself again between heaven and earth. Lengthen the top of your head, the crown, to connect with the sky. Balls of the feet, in heels, center of the foot, connecting down into the earth. Soften your knees, drop your sits bones, drop your tailbone. So your tailbone is connected to the earth, your sits bones are connected to your heels. And just see if you can feel an opening there, especially in the lower back, in what's called the Ming Mang center of the lower back. Okay, and shake it out. So I want to go through the fourth flowing form again, which we've broken down, and we've done the 3 levels. Today, what I want to focus on with that is two things. One is that the recognition that when you are going, let's just do this for a second. Bring one wrist under the other. Just this is a little reminder. We worked on this last week. Feet are turned out slightly, so don't turn your feet in. Feet are turned out, knees are open, so you're going to just turn as far as you can without putting any torque in that knee. You may feel a little bit of pull along the inner thigh, but not in the knee. Okay, and so one wrist is under the other wrist, and we're just tuning into the space between the shoulder blades. Okay, then we're going to move the wrist up to the elbow. And you can feel, I'm hoping, that the shoulder blades open a little bit more. Cobra spreads her hood a little bit further. And then take that wrist all the way up to the armpit, under the armpit, and it's as wide as possible. So the sense that as you're doing this, every round that we do from earth, human to heaven gets bigger in terms of the movement, right? We start with the earth realm, we start with then we go to the human realm, and then we go to the heaven realm. So this is smaller, this becomes bigger, and then the final one is the biggest, right? And so these spirals are getting bigger and bigger. This has to do with like I've said before, this is the evolution of our consciousness, this ability to have that sense of widening our awareness so that we continue to grow. So when we find ourselves maybe stuck, particularly in old patterns, there's a sense that we can move forward. So let's just do the same move, the same little stretch on the other side. So your weight can be a little bit on the side that you're going towards, wrist under wrist. Feel the space between your shoulders. Relax the front of your shoulders. So you're not going to hunch them. You're just letting this happen across your back. And then the wrist comes underneath your elbow. And then the wrist comes all the way up underneath the armpit. All right. So that's what so again, it's going to be going these, widening spirals as we go up. Okay. So let's do the form. Soften the knees. Oh, one more thing, which I mentioned last week, which is that the pearl starts about this big, right? It's a big pearl in your palm. Good. This looking good. Yes, I can see you. And then smaller for the second level, that's the human realm, and then smallest. Now, the fingers and thumb are still not touching here, but it's really like a small, delicate pearl nestled in your palm. This is a refinement process from sort of the gross matter, that's the earth realm, to more refined in the human realm, and then to ultra refined in the heaven realm, so that the pearl gets smaller as the movement gets bigger. And I will be very open to hear any questions. Let's practice the form, and then if you have questions about that, we can talk about it. But feet turned out slightly, all right? And we're going to begin with the hands going first to the left and then to the right, very similar to the stomach spleen we just worked. You're going to shift your weight to your right foot, and we're going here, okay? And we're coming up. It's like you're stretching chi between the two hands as you shift your weight. We're going to toss this big old pearl out, and then we're going to listen. And tilt down, staying on this leg, whatever side you're tilting on. If you can do it on the left, that's most true to the form. Going down, and then the right wrist comes under the left wrist. Now, as you come up, when you get to your 50-50 point is when your hand is crossing your center line. When you shift into the other foot is when your hand is going out to the second toss, and then bring it in. So that's the first one. Coming down, second level, we're going to this time bring the arm underneath the elbow, noticing the opening across the back of the heart, the cobra spreading her hood, and then coming up on a higher diagonal. So we're spiraling up here, shifting that weight into the left foot, tossing that pearl on a high diagonal, and then pull in and listen. So what is it like when we open something up and we try a different way of responding to an old pattern? And coming down, and right wrist under the left, opening up across the back of the upper back, And then coming up on the next level and toss that pearl and pull back and listen. And number 3, going down, bringing this time, turning in, and the wrist comes underneath the armpit. Wide back here, very wide back, curled back, shifting. As you come through the center, your hand comes to the central line of your body. As you shift into the other foot, left foot, you're tossing that pearl now all the way up, and then you're pulling back. And listen, this finely honed message from the heaven realm. And then down, and the hand comes underneath your armpit and shifting into the 50-50, and then to the other side, to the right side. Toss that pearl and pull in, listen. And hands come onto the lower dantian. So technically, this then would move into the next flowing form, which we will not be doing today. All right, so shake it out. All right, relax your jaw. So the next thing I'd like you to think about as we do this movement, I want to go through the form one more time, is the other hand. So we have this hand doing all this stuff, right? The other hand is going to be on tiger's head. So this is your grounding, because as we spiral up into more awareness, more consciousness, more intention about how we want to respond from a place of joy, from a place of happiness, from a place of centeredness, from a place of inner power, we want to always have that sense that we're grounding that in terms of the actions that we take and how we are in relationship with one another. All right, so let's go. Go to the left, and then to the right. Left wrist under the right, shifting into that right foot. And keep breathing, shifting over. Right hand is on tiger's head now. And now, before we toss the pearl, what I'd like you to do is extend your arm. And now I'm going to use a little bit of the more high-end, refined part of this. We're going to take energy, imagine energy traveling up your leg, up the left side of your body, and then it goes out the arm. Okay? And then pull back and listen. And second side, bringing one wrist under the other and shifting, and toss that pearl, pull back and listen. Level 2, left wrist under the right elbow, coming up. Let yourself lead with your heart. Let your chest lead this movement as you go up on this spiral here. And then toss that pearl. Now, before I had you toss the pearl from the bottom of the foot, now what I want you to do is imagine from the bottom of the foot, you're sort of pulling the pearl back. So ground through the foot and pull back into listening. Let's try the other side, going down. Wrist under the elbow. Shift to 50-50. Shift to the other side. Toss that pearl. Pull back. So going to ground through that foot. Pull it. So you're pushing down through the foot, pulling back and listening. Don't forget tiger's head. And then down to the side and left wrist under the right armpit. And coming up, shifting all the way up, and toss that pearl and listen. Last one, coming down on the side, turning in, opening between the shoulder blades, coming up onto that high space here, and toss that pearl up, pull back and listen. And hands onto the lower dantian. So if you decide to practice this form, these are the things that I would love you to think about. First is the opening between the shoulder blades as you do each level. Second is the sense of pushing from the foot as you toss the pearl, pulling down from the foot as you pull the hand back in. And the third thing is keeping your hand on tiger's head. So there's a lot of things to think about in this relatively simple form. Okay, so I'd love to have you go ahead and come to the screen. I see several of you have done that already. Put your hands on your heart, close your eyes, breathe into the cobra, breathe into the lamb. Let's revisit what we did last week, which is, what is the cobra saying? This is the part of you that can take action, that has dedication and commitment and tenacity. What is your cobra saying? Let's take it to the heart level today. What is your cobra saying your heart wants to express today? What is your heart saying? What feels like the sense of energy out, the yang aspect going out? What is your heart expressing today? And then what is the lamb saying? So the lamb is, again, the yin. It's that sense of reciprocity. What is your, on the heart level, what is your invitation in terms of connection, in terms of being? So what is the tenacity saying, and what is the connection saying? And go ahead and put that in the chat. And as always, if you're watching the recording, I didn't get many responses from last week, so here's another opportunity to let me know. What is your cobra saying? What's your lamb saying? I would really love to hear. I'm not just asking because I'm just trying to give you something to do. It's a way in which we can all contribute to this chi field. I'll rearrange my clothing while I'm waiting. All right. Cobra and lamb. Cobra and lamb. I don't know if I'm missing anything, but I'm not seeing anything yet. There they come. All right, so the cobra is saying reciprocity and the lamb is compassion. That's perfect, Marcia. Really beautiful. Betty Ann, I'm uniquely qualified to do the work I'm going to do, and the way I do it, through the heart, love, compassion, and active listening. Absolutely, absolutely. That sense of feeling uniquely qualified, that's a very cobra statement. I love that. The cobra, Roya, says just be, and the lamb says gratitude. So being able to be in a state of being and being in gratitude at the same time is a beautiful balance of these two energies. Cobra says believe in yourself, Susanna, and the lamb says connect with a sense of safety. So those things are really, really important, right? When we're safe, feeling safe, then we can really have that sense of being able to own the confidence. Be fearless, choose love, Piera. I love that. That's saying that. I just feel like I did a storytelling event this past Saturday, and one person was wearing this T-shirt that said, it was like, look, don't feed the bears type of it, sign, but it said, don't feed your fears. You made me think of that. Okay, so Cobra is saying, Sandra, stay strong and accept what comes into your life. And the lamb says, stay loving with gratitude. And given that you're facing some health challenges and questions, it's a particularly beautiful message. I'm very inspired by that. And Arlene, believe in yourself, believe in myself. And Lamb says to connect with love. Absolutely beautiful. So very similar in a way to Susanna, but Susanna's going more towards the safety for the lamb, and you're going more for the love. And that's, all of this works. Is all really, really good. All right. Thank you. If you haven't posted yet, go ahead and do post, but otherwise, let's come back. Hands on the hips again, and I want to just go ahead and circle those hips. And then around in the other direction. And I will review the lotus again next week, but what I'd really like to do today is just to run this form one more time, with that sense that as you do this, the heart message from the cobra and the lamb, that you let that grow as we grow the spirals. So whatever that means to you, however you might want to embody that or dance that, that's what I'm inviting you to do here. So soften your knees, connect your sits bones to your heels, connect your tailbone to the earth, lift your crown up, relax your jaw, relax the space between your eyebrows. Really feel, before we even begin to move, that you are a vessel between heaven and earth, between greater consciousness and awareness and action, right? And you are the vessel that's carrying that through your heart. All right, and so we're going to just allow the heart to open up in these spirals. Here we go, starting to the left and the right. And I think I won't talk this time. You just follow as best as you can. Bring your weight back to center, hands on the lower dantian. Bring your feet so they're hip distance apart and parallel. And now I just want to circle any information that was useful around your navel center here. So just circulating that so that your organs absorb whatever the message is that will help support you in this week to come. Okay, and let's go around the other direction. And bring the hands back down to the lower dantian and shake. Close your eyes, take a moment to just think of who or what you might want to include in the chi field today. So who might benefit from bathing or having this energy impact them or float by them. Just take a moment to focus on the beings, the person, maybe somebody that you know, maybe it's people you don't know, but who would you like to hold in your heart with love that they may benefit from the work that we've done together in the chi field today? And bring your palms to face one another. Inhale, exhale, going down into the pebble in the lake and out. Inhale, gather the chi between your palms. Exhale, dropping that pebble down into the lake of your pelvis, and the ripples happen spontaneously. Your hands are riding those ripples. They're not actually making anything happen. They're just responding. And inhale, exhale. And one more time. We worked a lot with 6 counts today, 6 repetitions to honor the heart. So we've got the 3, 6, 9, and 6 is the center number here. All right, so relax your jaw, relax the space between your eyebrows, and let's go ahead and tap out, tapping in, whatever's useful, tapping down and up, and then other side down and up. Tap your chest and belly and down the outsides of the legs, coming up on the insides of the legs and lower back and upper back and between back of the neck, behind your ears, top of your head, clap, rub, and come down and up and out. Splash yourself, and let's splash one another, and splash yourself again, and have a wonderful week. Here for any questions that you have or any comments that you have. I'll stay on a little bit longer, but otherwise, till next time, be well and let the chi flow.
Thank you, Vicki.
You're welcome.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Bye.